I just showed you how to use Minikube or the Docker client to get a Kubernetes cluster. Now let's talk a little bit about other tools to run a production cluster. There are multiple tools to install a Kubernetes cluster. I showed you how to use Minikube and the Docker client. Those are for local installs. If you want a production cluster, you will need different tooling. Minikube and Docker client are great for local setups, but not for real clusters. They spin up only a one-node cluster for development and testing. Kops and Kubeadm are tools to spin up a production cluster. You don't need both tools, just one of them. On AWS, the best tool is Kops. At some point, AWS EKS, the hosted Kubernetes, will also be available. At that point, this will probably be the preferred option. With a hosted solution, you don't need to maintain the masters. With Kops, you own all the infrastructure, so you also need to maintain the masters. For other installs, or if you cannot get Kops to work, you can use Kubeadm. Kubeadm is an alternative approach, and Kops is still recommended on AWS. You also have AWS integrations with Kops automatically. Kubeadm is a more generic tool, so it's an alternative approach if you're not on AWS or if you cannot get it working, but I still recommend you to use Kops if you are on AWS because you will get the integrations with IAM and the load balancer and so on. The Kubeadm lectures can be found at the end of this course and let you spin up a cluster on DigitalOcean. Because the focus on this course is really on Minikube and Kops, I just put the lectures at the end because they provide you an alternative way of setting up a cluster. If you have AWS, you should always try AWS first. If you're going to do bare metal or another cloud provider, then Kubeadm can be a good alternative.